Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. You can see we've got some Christmas decorations behind me. You can see no expense spared for our Christmas webinar this evening, and great to see you all on here again. And there's going to be a few more numbers, no doubt, joining us coming up in the next few minutes. But at the moment, how many have we got in the room? We have got 308, 309 people in the room. Some people are dashing in because they know they've got to be in here, and you've got to be in here with your full name to have a chance of winning this evening. Obviously, the Project K packages, which I'm sure you've all heard about. So, and they're worth over £25 each. So we'll run that at the end of the webinar, so make sure you don't log straight off after that if you want a chance of winning. And just to let you know about our webinar here, we've got, if you have got people, have a look down the attendees list. You'll see along there you've got a chat button, an attendees list, and if you've got people that said they were going to be in here this evening and they're not, remind them, get them in here quickly. So obviously, like I said, they may have a chance of winning the Project K package, but we want people in here obviously getting the information, and make sure they bring in a paper and pen as well, of course. So yeah, so we can have unlimited attendees, and so it is an extremely stable system. Fingers crossed. I shouldn't really be tempting fate by saying that. But you have got, as you'll notice there, a Twitter and Facebook button on the page if you want to actually publicize it and get people in here, because at the end we will play the opportunity video. So if you do have any guests and they're in here, we'll point them back to you after the webinar. Okay, so you can use it obviously to recruit people as well. Now, I have had one or two people, as I always have, text me saying, Andy, we can't get in, or we've got people that can't get in. And what I would suggest is, because this is backed by Google Hangouts, make sure that, you should be able to get in on any browser, but normally when we've had an issue, I've normally said go in by Google Chrome, and that's normally solved it. So if anybody does speak to you and say they've got an issue, ask them to use Google Chrome, and hopefully that will sort the problem out. Now, also, of course, we have a way, if this is the first time you've actually been on one of these webinars, we do have a way of recognizing people in the webinar for when they're, rather than giving a round of applause, because nobody can hear you do that. We've tried, it doesn't work. We have a way of recognizing people at the start and also at the end. So if some of you guys can show us how we can do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. In the chat, that's brilliant, thank you very much. You'll see the A's. Okay, do make sure that you use your A's, and also at the end, of course, give Craig your feedback as well as just the A's. Now, okay, let's tell you about our special Christmas webinar speaker, and he seems to have nailed down this spot for the last 2 or 3 years. I'm not quite sure why, but one of Craig's major goals, he wanted to buy a Porsche 911 Turbo, and he did that. He wrote his goals down, and he actually did that by the time he was 30 years old. And he was also recognized as being the Direct Selling Association's Seller of the Year in 2011. And also, of course, a former holder of Clean Easy's prestigious Distributor of the Year award. All this on top of an income that now exceeds £100,000 per year. Please give your A's for Mr. Craig White.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the team webinar this evening. It's great to be invited by Andy and Sue, who have obviously run these webinars for some years now. So massive thanks and appreciation to them for what they do, what they've done, and certainly the impact they've had on the business this year, and maybe waffle on about that a little bit later on. But you know what, guys, it's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be online. And do you know it? I suppose, Joe, we get to this time of year, and Andy's, as he said, he mentioned that, I've been, hanging out on these end-of-year webinars for a few years now, and I love them, and I love this time of year, and I love it for many reasons, because it's just got that, it's that time of year when it's about relationships, it's that time of year when it's about change, it's that time of year when we celebrate what we've had, what we've achieved. We have gratitude for what we've got around us, and we start to think about what we want in our life going forward. And that's really what I want to talk to you about this evening. I'm going to bring the talk up in a moment, but I want to talk to you, I want to share, from where we are now is really a combination of the decisions, the choices, and the actions we've taken in the past. However, it is of a little relevance in determining where we're going to go in the future, because it's the decisions and choices of today that will impact our destination. So I really want to talk about going from where you are to where you want to be. I want to talk about gratitude. I want to talk about this season to be festive. And didn't Andy look absolutely fantastic with the Christmas surroundings? I really did hope he'd have his Christmas jumper on this evening, just so I could take the mickey a little bit. But nonetheless, it's that time of year. It's that time of year where we can really engage with those and give that quality time to people we love and build on them relationships and really consider our future and where we're going to go. So I want to share a little thought process with you at the moment. Somebody came into my life this year that's had a massive impact, become a really good friend, or good friends I should say. And I've always known of the bucket list. And what I've come to realize is this couple who are millionaires, and they write a bucket list every year. They write a bucket list for the following year where they spend some quality time together, just the two of them, and they start to consider all the things they want to do in the following 12 months. Now, they can be small things, they can be large achievements, they can be traveling, they can be absolutely anything. But what showed me this year is the caliber of people when they make a decision and they have that personal pride, that pride to never ever let go. You see, this particular couple have recently qualified as gold distributors in the company. They've joined the business just a short time ago, and every year since they've been doing their bucket list book, they've achieved absolutely everything. And in their bucket list book this year was to qualify as a gold distributor. And we're getting to halfway through period 12, and the realization when he was looking through his bucket list book that this was still in there. There was no way this couple were going to be beaten. There was no way that they were going to have a black mark in their bucket list book that they've been doing for 7 years. Isn't that interesting? Now that shows the caliber of attitude. When you really want something, nothing, not all the armies in the world will stop you from achieving your goals, from achieving your ambitions. So I want you to consider, while I'm talking, while I'm waffling, while I'm sharing a little bit of my story, and why I'm sharing with you what I believe are some insights, some philosophies, some little bits of magic that I know if you can embrace them and if you can live by them, you can certainly start to turn your dreams into a reality. Let me bring the talk up because you're going to lose my face now, and that's probably a privilege for many of you. But I'm going to bring up this talk now, and right, okay, I'm going to have to go backwards. Here we go. Right, okay. So that should come up about now. It will do in a moment. Bear with me. See, I love the joys of technology. I think it's my beard getting in the way of my ambitions. Okay, Clean Easy, the network marketing dream. The network marketing dream. What do I mean by that? Well, since I've been involved in this business, it's enabled me to live the dreams I had and work for the dreams I have because of this Clean Easy vehicle, because of the opportunity and the proposition that we have. And I wholeheartedly believe that right here, right now, we have got a stronger opportunity, a stronger proposition in our hands today, let alone with things that are coming to you on Thursday the 18th, let alone with things that are going to be launched to you on the 3rd of January. This business time has come. The sleeping giant, in my eyes, is about to awaken. And you see that from the engagement of leaders, from an excitement level where people know, they just know that it's time to be back at the races. It's time to be in the arena, and it's time to be in the game. You see, in my eyes, Clean Easy has changed my flipping life for the better, and I'll tell you a little bit about my story. But what Clean Easy offers us is it offers the network marketing dream. And many of you will be aware, network marketing as an industry is a $178 billion industry worldwide. Never forget what we have in our hands, guys. Never forget that baby that we can cultivate, that we can learn. This business can be anything you want it to be. If you've got the will, you can learn the skills. But what I love about Clean Easy is it's a network marketing business that not only offers the dream, it delivers on the promise. And I've stumbled across every network marketing and direct selling business in Europe, and there is nothing that comes anywhere near close to our rewards, our recognition, and our compensation plan and our team spirit. Together, everyone truly does achieve more. So Clean Easy offers the network marketing dream. So I want to ask you right now today, what's your dream? What is your dream? You see, I know it's very easy, and I'm going to be dead honest with you. I've been in the business 13.5 years, and I got involved in this business, and my dreams got reignited, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a moment. But I also have noticed how people come in and they dream big, but they realize that the only time a success comes before work is in the dictionary, and they realize that maybe they've got to work a little bit harder, maybe they've got to step out of their comfort zone. Well, here's a thought for you. Here's an interesting thought. Everything that you've ever achieved, everything that you've ever acquired that has value to you, that has meaning, that you love, you care for, you had to step out of your comfort zone to acquire it, to achieve it. You see, more often than not, everything that we want and desire in life is just outside the edge of our comfort zone. So what's your dream? What is it that you dreamt about in this business? What is it you dreamt about as a child? Andy Boswell mentioned my dream of owning a Porsche, and I'll talk about it in a moment. But we have that social conditioning where it gets knocked out of us. People get involved in this industry, and they sometimes let their dreams disappear, and they end up with a clean, easy job. Well, I want to inspire you tonight. I want to inspire you today to draw a line, make that change, make that decision, have that pride, like my newfound friend Phil has and his partner Claire. Have that pride to never be beaten, to never give up, and to understand the power of perseverance and working harder for yourself than you ever would for a boss. So what is your dream? Is it you crave more time with the people you love? It dawned on me recently, and I get a little bit emotional. It was only, and it's crazy how it really just dawned on me. It's like an epiphany. And it was only a couple of days ago. In fact, it was, what day are we? Tuesday. It was yesterday morning. I needed some ink, and I was walking through Tesco's, and I heard this little girl shout out, "Daddy." And I just turned around, and there was this young, pretty little girl about the age of my youngest, Alana, and it dawned on me that that's my favourite word in the world, Daddy. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like hearing your children call your name. The power that gives me. So what's your dream? My dream is to ensure that these girls of mine have everything they want. They have gratitude, they have appreciation, and they grow up to have an attitude of gratitude, but also an attitude of opportunity, a confidence in their success in whatever they desire. Because you know what? I'll teach them. If they have the will, they can learn the skill, just like you and I. So what is your dream? Time? Is it freedom? Are you looking for material things? Again, being dead honest, my motivation was material related stuff when I got involved in the business. It was greed related. It was a desire for £2 a month. It was a desire when I got plugged into the system and I got into this clean, easy network marketing dream environment. Remember the power of our business. I met a guy that's been in this industry for over 25 years, and he works worldwide with companies, and he said to me, "Craig, there isn't a network marketing compensation plan in the world as good as Clean Easy's." And that's from somebody that has no bias towards our business. So what is it you want? Is it the material stuff? Is it adventure you crave? Is it the lifestyle of your dreams? What is that? Is it a millionaire's lifestyle? Do you want to think about my life today? It's crazy, right? Oh, do you know what? I've got 4 houses and I've got nowhere to bloody live. Forgive my language. Isn't that crazy? But it's about choice. And I have this philosophy. If I give my heart and my soul and attention to things, things will always come good, because they always do. So what is it you're craving? Is it a millionaire's lifestyle? Is it a royalty income, a 6-figure royalty income? Is it being able to create other things like a property in portfolio? Or is it to drive that dream car, have that dream holiday, have that dream wedding, put your children through private education, being able to deliver on the promise and ensure your daughter has a pony when she's 12 years old? What is your dream? What is it you're looking for? But you know what? This business can deliver. And do you know why? because Clean Easy works, and that's the key to remember. Clean Easy works if you work the business, you follow a system, and you are persistent. Do you know what? I read something by Anthony Robbins yesterday, and he said this: persistence outweighs and will always win against talent every day of the week. We hear the story of there's many educated derelicts in the world. There's so much talent there. Well, do you know what? I can't even see you on this webinar this evening. I can't hear you. But what I do know, and my hand is right on my heart right now, because what I do know with my full desire and right from the bottom of my heart, you as an individual have the innate ability to have, be, and become all you want to become. If you have the will, you can learn the skill. You can learn a new language. You can learn to run a marathon. You can become that person that can run a 4-minute mile, because it's all about learning how and doing the thing and gaining the power. And you can learn this business and turn your dreams into a reality. And do you know why we're head and shoulders above every other network marketing business? Because not only do we have the dream, but we have an opportunity where people can go out there and make money from day one. I mean, you look at our retail proposition now. As a proposition, we've got an opportunity for people to work locally through really focusing on building a strong customer base. Andy and Sue have shared some fantastic knowledge which has compounded and grown and strengthened through us all putting some effort into it, and they've shared that knowledge to enable us to learn the skills of marketing our business online. Learn the skills. I'm still learning. Do you know what? I'd imagine none of us have mastered it yet, but do you know how you master something? You learn and you do. You learn and you do, and over time you get better and better, but it takes time to become a master in anything, you know. But this business, our retail proposition, enables people to go out there and gain money. And what's one of the #1 priorities? Confidence. You see, you can have the dream of the millionaire's lifestyle, but if you're not putting in that work in the beginning and getting some level of results and compensation, which Clean Easy offers, your confidence in the dream may dwindle away. And that's why this business enables us to have confidence, because we can show anybody to go out there and make £200 to £1,000 in their first month, and that gives people confidence in success. So it works because of 4 areas of attention. We have a retail proposition which I believe is second to none, and it's only getting stronger, and oh boy, you wait till the 3rd of January. Then we've got a sponsoring opportunity, an opportunity where we've got a system where it's based on sharing a fantastic opportunity that enables anybody. Now, network marketing should be open to the masses, and our business is. And then, guys, and this is I'm so dedicated to the power of coaching. I'm dedicated to the philosophy of, do you know what, if we're going to spend time and effort bringing people into this business, then let's care about them. Let's teach them to fish. Let's teach them to feed themselves for life. Let's teach them the skills of this business. And I have a little philosophy in my life and in my business, and I coach to my people. And when we bring new distributors into this business, we have a philosophy. We manage their start, but we lead them. We manage their start, but we lead them. This business has become about coaching. Yes, we need to go through the numbers. Yes, we need to have that churn. So every industry in the world has the churn of people, you know, coming and establishing, is this something for them? Whether it's our industry or whether it's working for Marks and Spencer or whoever, people are looking for something. And when people find what's right for them, do you know, they're in. So we're going to have that churn. But you know what? Coaching is about building relationships. And that's what our business is all about. It's about people. It's about caring for people. It's about bringing them in the business and caring for them. Do you know what? What really empowers me now is not necessary, and don't get me wrong, I would not give it up. I wouldn't give the trimmings of success up, the level of success I've had so far. I wouldn't give that up. But you know, it's more than that. It's about people. It's about relationships. It's that emotional drive when you see somebody that you've had some form of influence on start to achieve their dreams and turn things into a reality. And then you've got the power of learning the skill, which I've talked about. These 4 areas of attention and following the system that you're associated with will enable you to turn your dreams into a reality. And look, you go back to me when I first started. Now, for those of you who don't know my story, I joined the business under duress. My mum and dad were made redundant. They've been in the business for 3.5 years. I signed the agreement to shut them up, and they, you know what, they didn't get off my back. So I ended up, and this isn't my initial plan, I'm coming back to this in a second, but I ended up getting started. I did Clean Easy to get them off my back. I ended up saving some money and going backpacking around the world. And it wasn't until March 2001 when I was in Australia, and the Clean Easy destination trip that year was to Cairns, Australia, and I was there. So I met up with my parents, and I imagine looking around the hotel lobby of the Cairns International Hotel, and I remember looking around and thinking, wow, Clean Easy works. But I knew it worked because I'd used Clean Easy to save the money to go travelling in the first place. But it dawned on me then when I looked around at a variety of people like you and me, different ages, different backgrounds, different sexes, okay, different people achieving the same things. And it dawned on me, we have 2 arms and 2 legs, and in some cases that's not even the case, but people achieve greatness. And it dawned on me that, you know what, I could achieve things in this business. I can achieve anything that I want to. So I came back from traveling on April the 6th, 2001, and I decided to do Clean Easy full time. But I'll be honest with you, I was apprehensive. I was apprehensive to know whether or not I could earn a full-time income with this business. Although I saw other people doing it, and it worked for me part-time, we still have that apprehension. But you know what? I moved back in with my parents, and they were burning the midnight oil. They were working hard, and I believe that's what you were supposed to do. I believed you were supposed to work hard. Do you know, it's a business, and I think when I take my philosophy of the past, or my little understanding of business prior to Clean Easy, I'd never had a business, but my little understanding of that would be running your own business. You'd have to put some blood, sweat, and tears into getting it going. Well, do you know what? I've grown to know that as what I call sweat equity. You've got to put the sweat equity into your business. So I worked hard on my dreams. My parents were earning a couple of $4 a month, so I believed 2 people in their 50s could earn $4. Surely one person in their early 20s, 23 I was, could earn $2 a month. I'd never earned that in my life. I'd been offered jobs back where I used to work for 14 grand a year plus bonuses. Well, when I worked for them, I never got the bloody bonuses anyway. So I decided to do Clean Easy, and I got stuck in. And you know what? That was as simple as my plan was. I fell into bed every night, and I'm going to give you a bit of advice my mum gave me. Son, if you want to earn 10 grand a month, work now like you're earning it. I bust a gut. Do you know what? My mum's got photos of me where I'm cooking eggs, I'm ironing shirts, because I used to go out and I'd be making phone calls, I'd be doing follow-up calls, I'd be speaking to customers, I'd be booking appointments, I'd be doing anything, I'd be multitasking. Now there's an interesting thing, a man multitasking. Well, I tell you something, guys, you can do anything you want to. You've just got to stop listening to what other people believe and start creating your own beliefs, because anyone can do anything. Every man in this world can multitask as good as a lady. Do you know why? Because it's a matter of choice. Okay, so remember that. It's a matter of choice. Just like that couple I told you about, Phil and Claire. It was a matter of choice to not have a black mark in their bucket list book for 2014. Okay, how cool is that? Do you know what? I have a personal pride as well. What's your personal pride? So April to December 2001, just a little bit of information for you. I got started, got busy, worked harder for myself. My first check was around 748 quid for, I think it was about 3 weeks. I flipping deserved that. In fact, I believe I probably deserved 4 or 5 times that. I was working harder than I'd ever worked. I fell into bed at night, my head hitting the pillow. But you know, I understood the concept of getting the foundations, just like building a house. Do you know what? You see all that work going in, nothing's happening on a building site for 3, 4, 5 months, then all of a sudden the houses pop up within a month, because the work is put in the foundations. And our business is sometimes the same. And I want to give you a little bit of advice. And we often hear, you know, concentrate on the activity rather than the results. I'm going to ask you to relinquish the need to see results. I'm going to ask you to relinquish that need to have instant gratification for your efforts, and just focus on the activity and have an understanding that this business is about creating momentum. Just like the power of the ocean, it's underneath the surface, and sometimes all that work that you're doing will be underneath the surface and you won't see the results. But I tell you, if you keep on keeping on, the results will far exceed your expectations. I brought a £50 Volkswagen Scirocco in my first week, 2 weeks. Do you know what? You can imagine what it was like, a £50 Volkswagen Scirocco. Okay, hang on, bring it up. But the key was I was excited, and I've become to believe this: energy, excitement, and high expectation. Do you know what? It's attractive. People want to be a part of that. Get excited about your own business. Decide where you want to go. Let go of the past. Understand you bring things to the table today. You bring things to the races. You're bringing things into this arena, but be prepared to learn things. Be prepared to listen to those that know. Do you know what? It's a simple philosophy. If you want to have a marriage that lasts 35 years, don't listen to somebody that's been divorced 3 times. If you want to be a millionaire, don't listen to somebody that's signing on to the dole. If you want to be successful in your clean easy business and become a bronze, an SED, a premier distributor, avoid listening to somebody telling you what to do if they've just achieved 10%. Be inspired by their story, because do you know what? That's a fantastic achievement. But if you want to get to the higher heights, then take advice from those that are most successful in that arena. Get excited. Do you know what? I got really excited about my business. I was learning new skills, and I qualified for a trip to Rome. But you know what? What was interesting is in that period of time, I'd started to get involved in the business. I started to go to events. I met the late, great Graham Moore, and I remember him doing a training on goal setting, and it was new to me. I'd never come across this goal setting thing, but I decided right back then, and that was in my first month, I wanted £2 a month. I'd been told about this trip to Rome, and I'd been told about this trip to Malaysia. Now that met my needs. I have a travelling vibe. I have a travelling need. Bloody hell, I went to Australia for a week last year. How crazy is that? I've got this need to travel, all right? So this business met my financial needs, and it met my desire to travel. In that first year, I worked harder for myself than I ever had a boss, and I qualified for this trip to Rome, all expenses paid. Look at me. Do you know, I didn't even know how I bloody got there. Do you know how I got there? On pure excitement and doing what I was told. And I met these 2 fantastic guys, Rob and Ray. Have you ever heard the story of the further you climb, the further you see? At this point, these guys were earning £7 a month. So my expectations grew. Now, my mum and dad were earning 4, I believed I could earn 2. Met a couple of guys earning 7, I believed I could earn 3.5. So it's about association. It's about getting plugged into these events. Here's some tips for you. Never, ever miss an event. God, you know what? I've got tons of slides and I've not even got through any of them. Right? Never miss an event. Never miss an event. Get plugged into everything. Understand every piece of your jigsaw. Every piece of your plan is essential. Okay, it's absolutely essential. This took my breath away, this trip, and it gave me an appetite for traveling 5-star. Never been in a 5-star hotel before in my life. Well, actually, I'd been in that Cairns International, but the security guards escorted me in. This time I was staying in the Cavalieri Hilton Hotel on one of the 12 hills overlooking Rome, one of the most exquisite hotels I've ever been to in my life, because of this business. My confidence in success, my confidence in this opportunity was starting to grow through working hard, through learning the skill, through being excited. Isn't it funny? When you're busy, you get more done, and you do it with ease, so to speak. And then I was meeting other people. I remember meeting Bob Webb. He turned up to Graham and Margaret's key leaders training at Peterborough United Football Ground, and he turned up in a Ferrari 360 Challenger. And I'm like, oh my God, a clean easy distributor's driving a Ferrari. Bang! There we go. All of a sudden, that dream I'd had as a child of owning a Porsche, and it drifted away through that social environment to wanting a Golf GTI. Now I believed in its possibilities, because I thought to myself, if this guy can, I can learn to too. And that's what I want you to think tonight. So do you know what? My business continued. I continued to follow a system I'm going to talk to you about, and it's about competence standard. Qualified for more trips. This was in where was this? This was in Australia, and I'm fast forwarding a little bit on my story, and I'll tell you why. I worked in publishing for 4.5 years and earned £14,500 a year. And after 4.5 years in Clean Easy, I was earning £15,000, £731 and 58 pence. I was earning £15,000 for 12 weeks work after 4.5 years. Yet in the corporate world, I'd worked for 4.5 years and only ever earned 14 grand a flipping year. Do you know what? I show you this because this is the difference that our business offers. It's a better way. It's an opportunity for you to turn your dreams into a reality. Then we qualified for some of the company's incentives, and this childhood dream become a reality. I've had this car for 9 years, and there is no way I can't sell it. It'd break my heart. Do you know what's really crazy? And this is how much this goal meant to me, and I want you to discover what's right for you. And it doesn't have to be something materialistic. For me, it's my girls now. For me, it's my team. It's being the leader for the people in my life. Okay, it's being there and never ever letting anyone down. But back then, this was a motivator when the rain was coming from every direction. Do you know what? For 2 years, I was putting £1,200 a month petrol in this car, and I didn't even notice because I was putting on my credit card, paying it off, because I used to look at it and think, I love you, because that's how much it meant to me. And then I'd put it to bed at night and park it up, and I'd kiss it goodnight. I swear my neighbours think I was crazy, okay? But I couldn't sell this. It was my dream. and it still is my dream today. And 9 years down the line, I took it for an MOT to my mates, I don't know, 6 months ago, maybe not even that. He said, Craig, you've only done 1,500 miles in this. And I got in it and drove it off, and I said sorry to it. That's how much this, I know it sounds sad to you, but that's what it meant to me. Okay, it's a symbol of me proving that this business works. It's a symbol of me showing all them people that said it wouldn't work that it bloody well does. Because you know what? We make it work. This vehicle is second to none, I promise you that. And it's down to you. And now it's become about the people. It's become about people that I've built quality friendships with, that are people that I love and care for and want them to see their dreams too. And now, as I said, these two little angels, do you know what? Hearing them say daddy even at 4:30 in the bloody morning, you can't help yourself but absolutely love it. You know, I've got Alana on the right and Isabella on the left. They're just absolute angels. And do you know what, having a conversation at 5 o'clock the other morning about Alana wanting a puppy and Isabella wanting a pony was just crazy. And then talking about elephants, all sorts of things they want. Anyway, but you know what, quality of our life lies in the quality of our relationships. But you know, guys, moving swiftly on, I've got this confidence in your success. I've got this confidence in this business because it's all about consistency. Now here's this for a moment, the philosophy of 4 races. Let's take a pack of cards, okay? There's 52 cards in a pack. If I shuffled all of them cards up and then one by one I flick them over, one by one, how confident are you that eventually would come across every ace in the pack? You're 100% confident, because in a pack of 50 cards there is always 4 aces, and there's many other different cards as well. Just like the people that we bring into our business. Everyone's different. Everyone has their strengths. Everyone has their goals, their ambitions, and what they want to achieve. And we bring them into the business and we support and coach them. But we know if we're persistent and won 52 cards, 52 weeks in a year, the philosophy of our business is to support and coach and introduce, support and coach 1 new distributor a week. That's 52 a year. I know that I'm that confident if you did that persistently and consistently, you'd build an income of £50,000 royalty income plus per annum in 2-ish years. I'm that confident regardless of who you are, regardless of your experience, because I know I came into this business with nothing. So if you've been in the business experience-wise, if you've been in the business for a month, okay, you've got some level of experience. If you've been in the business for 5 years, you've got some experience, but draw the line and understand this philosophy, because if you stay persistent to this competent standard, because that's all this is, this business is about achieving a competent standard, being confident in your success and persevering regardless of opposition or previous failure. Let go of the past and embrace the opportunity and the proposition we have to change people's lives. Go and bring people into the business and get them doing both. Then get them the opportunity of sponsoring, and persevere by ensuring that you introduce and support 1 person a week, week in, week out. But understand this. Understand what I was talking about momentum, and how the business, I'm doing all these actions and you can't see them, right? I just realized you can't see nothing apart from the slides. But the business is sometimes all that activities under the surface. Stay true to the activity. Stay true to your system. Stay true to the philosophy of bringing 1 person in a week and giving them the support they deserve. Can I say something? If you're going to bring somebody into this business and you're not going to coach, support and guide them, then don't bring them in. Be that proud about helping and supporting people that when you sponsor somebody into this business, give them that guidance and support, because they need you to manage their star and lead them. And then it's down to you to become a key person of influence. Know where you're going. Know where you're taking this business. If you don't know where you're going, firstly, you're never going to bloody get there, and secondly, no one's going to want to come with you. Do you know what? Here's a philosophy. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. Be passionate about your business and making a difference to the environment, making a difference to other people. Get passionate about that, and understand, I've already mentioned it, about doing the thing and gaining the power. We only learn through doing. Do you know what? We need to personally develop. We need to learn from those around us. We need to get to these events. We need to listen to the people that have trodden the path before us. We need to listen to the CDs, read the books. But what we need to do is not just gather that education. We need to put it into action. We need to put it into action, because we'll only gain the knowledge truly truly through doing the thing and gaining the power. That's what it's about. And then this little philosophy. Do you know what, guys? There's things in life that we control. There's things in life that we must accept, and there's things in life that we can influence. We can control us. We can control our response, our attitudes, our belief, and our actions in the moments of today. We must accept the outside influences, the weather, the news, the traffic, whatever. Accept it. Don't worry about it. Let it bounce off you. But you can influence other people to be the very best they can be. But first, be the best you can be first. And then love what you do. I've got this little philosophy, guys. Love what you do, and what you do will most definitely love you, because isn't that what success truly is? Enjoying what you do and loving it with a passion, because I tell you what, it's attractive. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm back at the races. I'm back in the arena after a bit of time of the clouded fog for whatever reason. I'm not going to go into that. But you know what? I've performed to a level, but not to my standards, not to my leadership. And I feel stronger, better, and more excited than ever. And you know why? Because I'm busy. And when you're busy, you get more done. And I'm finding some fantastic people. And isn't it funny? By being in the arena and by loving what you do, you attract people to you. My nephew's just joined the business. I'm so flipping proud. This guy is dynamite. I've got a guy that I used to work with back in that publishing company that after 10 years, Rightmove have just kicked him out the door because his face doesn't fit. Yet he was a manager that built teams. I want this guy to come in. These people are coming into my life because I'm loving what I do and they can see it. So these diamonds are everywhere, but you've got to be out there. I'm going to embrace you and inspire you to set your goals. Get excited about your future. I remember Jamie DeCasso doing a training many years ago, and he said, you know what? Goal setting is simply about getting passionate about your life. What do you want to achieve next year? What do you want to go? It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be something like buying £1 million house. It can be achieving your activity goals. It can be achieving little things. It can be a holiday. It can be starting to learn a language. It can be reading a book every month. It can be introducing and supporting one person a week. It could be learning to become a good coach. It could be simply loving the journey and doing what you do and doing it at your very, very best, your best. That's what you should always do. Set your goals and see it built. Do I remember Bob Webb talking about seeing it built? Well, do you know what? I see this business built. I see, again, clearly now. I can see clearly now. The fog has gone. Oh, God, my singing is definitely insane. But you know what, guys? It's time to stop wasting time. One life, one chance. This is no dress rehearsal. It's an opportunity for us to live. It's an opportunity for us to be. And you know what? As human beings, our responsibility is to learn. Our responsibility is to grow. Give value without need of compensation, and stop wasting time. Do you know what? When you really want something, when do you want it? You want it now. We're going to talk about 10 words, and do you know what? Above all else, commit to your people. Right, guys, I'm going to finish off on 10 things now, because do you know what? If you could see the hairs on my arms standing up, I'm so flicking excited. But do you know what? Understand this. A leader of one is a leader of many. If you're unable to lead one, you'll never lead any. Do you know what? Leadership starts at home. It starts with you leading yourself to success. And I want to share with you 10 words now, 10 words that if you embrace these, if you learn these, if you get passionate about them, and if you live by them on a daily basis, you will lead yourself to success. But remember, embrace these in your character. But it's about goal setting, it's about working, and it's about sweat equity. A leader of one is a leader of many. If you're unable to lead one, you'll never lead any. Goal setting, sweat equity, and never forget. Do you know what? I'm going to give you just a few tips now quickly before I go into these words. Do you know what, guys? Organisation and planning. Without it, you're going nowhere. Daily to-do list. Without it, do you know what? You need certain rules. This guy, Phil, I'm going to just use him because you know what inspires me, really inspires me. He's got some rules that he abides to in life. Why he's been very successful outside Clean Easy, and why he's now going to be successful in this business. And I'm thinking, wow, what fantastic rules. Get some rules that you can live by that enable you to be your best and to live by to achieve much and greatness in this industry. Organisation, planning, to-do lists, and a weekly board meeting. Get focused, guys. So my first word is passion. Passion is about having a strong desire and an enthusiasm that will never derail. Get passionate about your life. Consistency. Do you know what? This one word separates those that achieve their goals and those that don't. The biggest separation from people that are massively successful and people that fail is chronic inconsistency. But also understand this when I say success and failure. Failure is part of the success. You need to fail your way to the top. You need to understand that you need to go through failure because it builds character. But remain consistent. Remember, the power is under the surface. And you know what? Get some urgency into your life, guys. A pressing importance, a necessity. Get urgent about things. Get things done. Do you know what? When something comes into your business environment and it needs attention, deal with it, get it done and move on. Have urgency about speaking to your prospects. Have urgency about dealing with your deliveries. Have urgency about learning Facebook Snarling. Have urgency about learning to become the very best you can be. And have urgency in achieving your goals. Do you know what somebody once said to me? You need to be patient with this business. Sod that. Get impatient with yourself and get urgent. Be patient with your people and be patient with the compound effect coming to the fruits of your labor, but get impatient with your activity and get urgent. And then optimism. Do you know what? It's about having a belief. And I believe good things happen to good people. Do you know what? It's about achievements. It's about understanding that greatness will prevail. Become optimistic. I mean, why would you want to be pessimistic? And even if that is a character trait of yours, eradicate it. I'll tell you why, because it's a choice. And this is a quick little tip. When you have some kind of pessimistic thought or negative thought come into your mind, your responsibility is this: quash it, burn it, throw it away, and replace it with the opposite, optimistic thought. You know, in the beginning, that'll be really difficult to do. But over time, you'll start to change your habits and your belief patterns. Become optimistic and have the resilience to recover from adversity. Have the resilience to understand that tough things will come your way. But you know what, guys? Nothing worth having was easy to get. Rome was never built in the day, but greatness lays before you. Opportunity lays before you, and integrity and adherence to our moral and ethical principles. Do you know what? I think honesty prevails. Having a strong having a strong character. Do you know what? I've not even had a glass of wine yet. That's the problem, I think. Having a strong character and being honest is integral to the success of your business. And having real strong moral and ethical principles to enable you to give to your people. And do you know what? I remember loose lips sink ships. Do you know what? It's that simple philosophy. If you have nothing to say, then avoid saying anything. Okay, Joe. Again, it's from my mum. God, what an amazing woman. Do you know what? I remember her saying, God, what did she say? I got distracted by her being amazing. God, I know we're all biased towards our mum, but isn't she a legend? What am I thinking? Anyway, I'll come back to that maybe. Oh, that was it. Great minds discuss opportunities. Small minds discuss people. Remember that. Resourcefulness. It's the ability to be skillful and prompt in dealing with situations, challenges and difficulties. Deal with them, get on the phone, learn how, discover how. If you're unsure how to deal with something, get somebody around you, speak to your mentor, but be resourceful in dealing with things and cracking on, okay? These are just words I want you to focus on and become goal focused. You know, I talked about, you know, my colleague and friend being goal focused. This focus is about attention on your achievement. Your achievement. You know, drive your business from day 1 to day 20 of the period. Drive your business from event to event. You know, drive. Be focused on achievement. Be focused on your goals, and be focused on giving your very best. And then be grateful. Do you know what? We should always have gratitude for what we have. And my passion is to give my children everything they ever desire. But you know what? Only providing they have gratitude, only providing they're thankful, they have appreciation and an understanding that, you know what, they're going to need to learn things along the way as well. But providing they have an attitude of gratitude, I think that will open up the opportunity for you to become more, have more, enabling you to give more. And then it's that confidence. Well, do you know what? Be confident in your abilities, because I can quite happily put my hand on my heart right now, and whether I know you, and some of you I know well, some of you I've known through we've travelled around the world, some of you I know better than others, and some of you I've had text messages from this evening for the first time ever. But you know what? I have this confidence. I have a belief in one person's abilities, ours. And I want you to have a belief in your ability, because I know you can achieve anything. You've got that power to succeed. And I want you to have a certainty in where this business is going, a certainty that I tell you what, Clean Easy's taking off. Right, I'm on board and I am leading this business like I believe I should. I'm going from where I am to where I want to be. And you know what, guys, if you want to come with us, get plugged in. Make sure you're at the showcase. Make sure you're listening to these announcements on Thursday evening. Make sure not only do you listen, learn, but you act. Because if you listen, learn, and act, you will most certainly succeed. And I am certain of that. And above all else, guys, life is about enjoyment. Life is about having fun. Make this fun. Make it enjoyable. Do you know what? I am really appreciative to Andy for running these webinars, and I take the mickey out of him at every single opportunity. So right now, I'm not going to do that, because I do think these guys deserve to be recognized for what they've achieved and what they've shared with us as a company. So I want to thank them very much, and I want to wish you the most amazing Christmas, and I want to wish you the mindset. Did you know what? You are worth more, and you can turn your dreams into a reality in 2015. But have a wicked Christmas, a prosperous New Year, and make sure in all you do, in every achievement, you're having fun along the way. Thank you very much, and I wish you a good night. I've got my ugly mop back now, so thanks very much, guys, and I wish you good night.
That was fantastic, and not even taking the mick that much, so well done for that, Craig. Absolutely brilliant. Do stay tuned. We will be coming up with the competition very shortly, and we'll open up the chat just before the end. Okay, so like I said, I hope you enjoyed that. Some real inspiration for you for now running up to the end of the year, because there are still a few weeks to go yet. Okay, until we hit the conference, of course. So do make sure you're building your business, and you know, Christmas is only a couple of days. It's not 2 weeks. So you know, there's plenty of time for you to be building your business. Now, we do have a couple of bits and bobs, of course, we want to mention to you. And first of all, let's mention, of course, the New Year Showcase, which is on the 3rd of January, of course. I'm sure most of you know that. You should be able to see that on the right hand side. It is just £20 per person. Okay, and that's unbelievable value if you see that all the extra things you get, as well as what you're going to learn at the event as well. And if you started since the last showcase, being at the end of, I think it was 31st, was it 30th, 31st of August, whatever day it was. If you started since then, if you phone the number that you see on the right hand side, the 01254 number, don't actually book it through this particular button, but if you phone that number, you, and if you've got a partner on the business, will get in absolutely free if it's your first showcase only. So please don't miss out on that. So don't click on that. Phone tomorrow, phone the service centre. But if you've been in prior to that and you haven't yet booked your tickets, I could say, why haven't you booked your tickets yet? But if you haven't, click on that where it says add to cart, and then get those tickets for the 3rd of January. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic day. Now, also as well, of course, this Thursday coming up on the 18th, I think it's Thursday, yeah, Thursday the 18th, Michael Cathcart is releasing a video on the Clean Easy Success Facebook group, and that will be going through, and I honestly don't know what's coming up, but I know I was told by Lisa today that there's some major announcements that are coming up at Thursday at 9 p.m. There'll be a video release there. Be first to find out what it's all about. Okay, that's Clean Easy Success Group at 9 p.m. on Thursday. Now, okay, I think that leaves us to, oh yeah, one more thing, which I was just doing this right up to the last minute as well. We wanted to get a speaker confirmed for January for you, so here's one for your diary. January the 13th, and that's a Tuesday evening with Kevin Ryder. Okay, Kevin's going to be doing something. If you haven't heard Kevin speak before, you're in for a treat. We heard him the other day up at the Vision Group rally. Do make sure you join us for that. Okay, now let's go to the competition. Now we've got to start using a bit of technology here. Okay, it's always fun, so please do bear with us while we're doing this, and hopefully we should be able to share the screen with you here. Okay, there we go. Look at this technology here. We've got like a fruit machine that's just going to run. Fred was somebody that was actually in the group there, you can see, but it's only people, of course, whose full name, as we said, right all the way from the start, who logged in with their full name that we can say have won this. Now, if your name comes up, okay, I'm not going to be able to stop on this. I'm just going to spin the thing 10 times. If your name comes up, I need you to email me, okay, certainly within the next 12 hours, but preferably tonight, at info@peopleinbusiness.com. That's info@peopleinbusiness.com with your name and account number, okay, and we will sort out just after the release on the 3rd of January the Project K packages for you. Okay, we'll make sure they're put on back order for you as soon as they're released. So let's go. The first one is I'm not getting a name up here. Bear with me just to make sure that no, there's nothing actually come up there. Okay, we'll do that one again. Nearly you, Pharaoh, but not quite you. Okay, so bear with me. Not quite sure what's gone on there. So we don't have a technology breakdown. Let's try again. Oh, brilliant. This is working really well. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. If we don't get a list on the name, a name in that black box, we're going to go on the one below it. Okay, I'm not sure why that's happening, but we're going to do that, and we're going to do that from now. Okay, so nobody's won up until this particular point. Let's start again. Fingers crossed. First one is Paul Torn. Congratulations, Paul. The next one. So that's the first one that's actually won. Paul Torn, congratulations to you. And the next one is, well, there's nothing in the list there, but we said we'd do the one underneath, which is Michael Ogden. Okay, remember you need to email me, certainly within the next 12 hours. Isn't technology great? Gavin and Bonnie. Okay, it's Gavin and Bonnie. Well, you can't even say put it back in. There you go, Gavin and Bonnie. That's for you as well. This goes to show it's genuine. We're not taking the big earners out. And the next one is Justin Graham Wheel. Okay, Justin Graham Wheel. Make sure that you email me. And the next one is Linda McNeil. Hey, Linda's in our team. Fantastic. Well done, Linda. From the Isle of Sheppey. Right, let's go to the next one. And the next one is, well, nothing's come up in the black box, but it's the one underneath. That's Peter Abrahams. Well done, Peter. And the next one. The next one is Steve Gerg. Sorry if I got your name's pronunciation wrong. Gergil. I'm sure I've got that wrong. I probably even missed out. I may even go one over the top here. I'm not quite sure, but either way, I'm sure the head office will allow it. So we've got 3 more to go. Next one. I've seen your name in the online tips group. Rennie Dadson. Congratulations to you. 2 more to go now. Now, Saffron, whoever Saffron is, I'm afraid it's not your prize because we needed your full name. So we did try and warn everybody. Saffron won't be happy. And Rennie Dadson's already been up, so we'll run that one again. I should remove these from the list, it said. And the next one is John Allen and Karen Blackett. The last one. Okay, let's spin the last one. Will it be yourself? The last one is Hoda Whittier. That's Hoda Whittier. So congratulations to everybody there. Well done to you all. Let me just take the screen sharing off. Bear with me. Okay, so like I said, congratulations to all of you. So again, 18th of 2 days' time, on the 18th, make sure you're on Clean Easy's Facebook group. Make sure you book your tickets for the 3rd of January, and make sure you join us back here on the 13th of January 2015. I shall, let me just go to the chat. I shall enable that in a few seconds for you as well. Have a fantastic Christmas, everybody. We look forward to seeing you back here in the new year. And like we said before, go out. There's plenty to do. There's still plenty of business to be had, and obviously people to recruit. Good night, everybody. Oh, just before we go, of course, nearly forgot, those of you that have joined us for the first time, we will be playing up to our opportunity video. So if you are interested in this business, do get back to the people that introduce you, obviously, to this particular webinar. Good night, everyone.